Good afternoon, everyone. How is everybody's Friday afternoon going? Welcome to our pregame show with the Yankees playing the A's tonight, the Athletics at beautiful Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, New York. Weather is okay. It's a little cool after we had a few hundred degree days the last couple of days. But Yankees are ready. Some exciting news that Jonathan broke right here on the stream. Actually, a little while ago, Andy Martino says that the Yankees are promoting Spencer Jones to AAA from league sources, and that's happening, guys. So he is one step closer to being the left-handed version of Aaron Judge. So that's going to be a good happening, and we're really looking forward to that. Going to be exciting times to watch AAA. They automatically now become a really really fun team now to watch with Lombard Jr. and now Spencer Jones and Rodriguez. Now they're building a nice little club in AAA. So that'll definitely be a lot of fun. So with that in mind, first of all, press the like button as you come in and out of the stream this afternoon. I really appreciate it. Of course, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel, and you will get all the content. I do have the starting lineup for you guys, so I'm going to get to that in a minute. I also want to say a couple of things about Total Turnbuckle Talk. That we will be on live on Sunday at 10:45. So come and join us. We have put out some new videos with SmackDown and Raw tonight. Of course, is SmackDown. So I'm sure a lot of talk before they wrestle tomorrow's pay-per-view. And I'll have an update on some of the matches on our post-game show tomorrow, so that should be fun, and we'll see how everything goes there. Before I get started, in my email I have another birthday wish I want to give out to Antoinette. Antoinette is a loyal listener, but she never really wanted her name out there. But I don't care. Today's her birthday, so I want to wish Antoinette a very very happy birthday. Many, many more. You've been a great listener, so we send hugs and kisses out to you. And NY Mania, we got a couple of people on the street, saying happy birthday. So kudos to you. Thanks. Keep listening. Hopefully one day you'll come in the chat, and maybe you'll even come on the show with us, knowing that you're a loyal big Yankee fan. So happy birthday again. Enjoy with your family. I want to say hello to Jake. How you doing, Jake? Stephen B. Jonathan, thank you for the breaking news. Hey, Ken, how are you? How's it going, man? How's your day going? I know you had a big day. Also, CT Cards, thank you for giving me an update on how you're doing, and keep fighting, and you're going to be great. And looking forward to seeing you back on the stream tomorrow morning. I really hope so. So, guys, you might be surprised a little bit with the lineup. I kind of like it, but let's go get them. Let's see. Trent Grissom will lead off for the Yankees in center field. Aaron Judge will play right field and bat second. Cody Bellinger will hit third and play left field. Giancarlo Stanton will hit fourth and DH. Chaz Chisholm Jr. will bat fifth and play third base. My boy, Paul G. will play first base and bat sixth. Ben Rice is catching tonight, everyone. He is batting seventh. Anthony Volpe is batting eighth. And now you're going to see some movement from Anthony Volpe. And batting ninth, of course, Volpe playing shortstop, and batting ninth and playing second base, DJ LeMahieu. With Will Warren pitching tonight. Will Warren is 4-4 with a 75 in the third innings. He's got a 4.66 ERA. His whip is 1.33. He's got 98 strikeouts. Get this, everyone. 98 strikeouts, 75 innings. He does have his walk totals a little high. I'd like to see that come down a little bit, but overall, not bad at all. And the ERA, he had like two bad games. Otherwise, that ERA would be really good. Mitch Spence, a former Yankee farmhand, will be pitching for the A's. He's 2-2, 58 and 2/3 innings. He has a 3.84 ERA. His WHIP is 1.28. He's got 50 strikeouts in 58 and 2/3 innings, and his walks are down at 16. So there's good movement there. There's a good possibility of a good game, with Will Warren. Cold Italian Pizza, welcome back. How you doing? How's everything going? Yeah, I know. The Martian, after 4 hits, is not in the game. What are you going to do? I mean, listen, as I said, you got to trust Aaron Boone or who's ever making this lineup, and I'm sure they think that's the best for this lineup. Whatever they're doing. Hey, Dev Finch, how you doing? How's it going? Thanks for joining the chat. I really appreciate that. Yeah. Look, we have to do what we have to do with this lineup, but I'm sure he'll be ready to pinch hit. I mean, I would love to see him start again. He should have been starting tonight, but hey, what are you going to do? You can't, as they say, you can't fight City Hall. Well, you really can't fight City Hall. So let's enjoy it. Let's hope that they get on a winning streak. And it really would be nice to see the Tampa Bay Rays lose a game. My God, what the heck is going on with that team? They get rid of everybody, but somehow they always manage to be a thorn on our side. It's incredible. It's like, you don't worry about the Orioles. You don't worry about the Red Sox. You don't worry about Toronto. And who's left? Tampa Bay. Always on our heels. They are like a bad pimple. I swear to God. I mean, how does a low-budget team always, obviously they have great talent evaluators, but geez, give me a break. They lose players and they win. It boggles my mind every year. How do you keep losing players and you still are half a game behind the New York Yankees? 1 game in the loss column. I hate to say it, folks, but the Yankees lose tonight and they win. They're half a game up on us, but tied in the loss column. What is going on? I do want to get some comments from everyone about how you feel Warren's going to pitch tonight. Who do you think the star of the game with the bat is going to be tonight? Really, really hoping for a big start and big bats tonight, little by little. I mean, it would be great, a sweep of the series, but you know what? You know what the song says, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. So, we could, of course, we all want to sweep, but you got to play 1 game at a time, and we do it 1 day at a time, and we go on from there. So that's what's got, it's got to happen. We got to play good defense. We do have Ben Rice behind the plate. He's got a little weaker arm, but hey, if they don't get on base, we don't have to worry about the stolen base. And I know a lot of people want to see Jacob, the shortstop of the A's. I know a lot of Yankee fans would love to have this guy. Believe me, first of all, he's off limits, and next of all, they would have to give up a bundle. All right, our first in the chat saying about Warren is Sean Browning. Sean says Warren 6 innings, 4 hits, 8 Ks, 2 walks. Okay, who's your star of the game as far as the bat, Sean? Cold Italian Pizza. Let's hear what you have to say. Who do you think? Ken says my baloney has the first name is Oscar. Oh, all right, Ken. That's pretty cool. All right. Hey, Dev Finch, how you doing? A lot of movement going on in the wrestling world. I never want to leave that out for you. Please check out Total Turnbuckle Talk for Sunday live at 10:45. I would appreciate it. Sean Browning says the hitting stars of tonight's game, Judge and Bellinger. Okay. Well, I'm going to put it out there that I think Warren's going to go 6 1/3 innings. He's going to give up 2 runs, and he's going to have 10 strikeouts. And I never go that high, but I have one of those feelings that he is just going to go crazy. Hey, Stephen B., welcome to the chat. Thank you for coming on. And he's giving a shout out to CT Cards. Oh, man, CD Cards, how are you, man? I'm so glad you're joining the chat. Warren, 6 innings, 2 runs, 8 Ks, 4 hits. Oh, man, you made my day, CT. It means you're doing better. And, man, oh, man, kudos to you. Hopefully your mom and dad are doing well, too. Stephen B., Joe, I have been on since you went live. Okay, I know. But, maybe I give you a few more kudos. What do you think? I don't mind doing that. You're the star. You're one of the stars of the show. So there. People in the email. Bob Rizzo, how you doing? Jeff. Oh, Jeff, you're very happy. As you told me, you're going on vacation. Well, good for you. So I'm about expecting you to come on the not only the chat, but as a loyal listener, we would love to see your thoughts. Come on and talk to us. But right now, I'll set it for you to get in the chat over. What do you have? 2 weeks or something from the job? But whatever it is, have a great time, you and your lovely family. Who else is on here? As I said, Antoinette. Well, again, go celebrate your birthday. We're getting close to dinner time, so go out and party, man. Go out and party. Who else is on here? JT, how you doing, JT? Now, this isn't JT, my partner from Total Turnbuckle. This is somebody that's on the chat. Thank you. I think he's in Utah. How you doing? He texted me this morning saying he's starting to listen to the shows, and he's real excited, and he's spreading the word in Utah. Thank you for that, JT. Well, I get you guys confused. I got TJ and I got JT here, so excuse me if I get it a little confused once in a while. Too many watching Yankee games and watching all these wrestling matches. They get to you. Yeah, Ken, that's what I said. I got them confused. My listener here is JT, and my partner is TJ. Don't confuse me. All right, I'm confused enough. Now, by the way, Ken, how was the family outing today? I'm sure you had a great time. And, hey, Ken, if you want to jump in, let me know. I'll send you the link if you're home. Stephen B., CT Cards is the sketch guy. Got this guy handy. Okay. Many fingers I'm holding up. Okay. I don't know. About 8? I don't know. Let's see. What do you got? Hey, CT, again, he goes. So, well, listen, again, talking about the lineup, everyone, I understand Dominguez isn't in, but obviously he'd probably be in tomorrow. That's how you get rewarded. People came to me, Joe, I bet you he's not going to be in Friday's lineup. Well, I guess the analytics shows that having Bellinger in there and Grissom was the better choice. Judge will go nuclear starting tonight. Okay. Hopefully. Oh, okay. You're still at the theater, Ken. I'm sorry. Thank you for joining us. Stephen B. says CT Cards 2. One has J.D. Davis brand aid and Joe Boy Pablo in the other one. Will you forget about Pablo Reyes? I don't want to hear about him. Sean Browning goes, I have a feeling Stanton will hit his first homer tonight. I hope so. Tomorrow, I don't know if it's tomorrow or Sunday. Oh, remember that's a programming note. Don't forget, everyone. Tonight, um, uh, Ken the Ugly Truth will be doing the play-by-play at 7 p.m. and then come back here for the post game, right after, immediately following the last out. But tomorrow, I am going to be doing the play-by-play right here on NY Yankee Mania. It is a 1:00 game. Ken says J.P. Sears will be pitching tomorrow, and left-handed pitcher Dominguez should be benched tomorrow. No, he'll probably play tomorrow. You watch. He'll probably be in there. And even if the guy's got 3 hits tonight, you watch. Now, I'm a little surprised they didn't do anything with Scara. I guess they're comfortable with Ben Rice catching, and they're going a man short, I guess. Yeah, CT, I do have a link. If you feel like coming on, all the power to you. Just give me a second, and I will definitely send you the link. But everyone, give me an idea of what you think about, it's a quick turnaround. I mean, the Yankees only playing 3 games at home. I like to know who put together this schedule. And then it's a crazy schedule. And then, of course, next weekend against the Mets, of course, they are in Citi Field. And God knows, what's going to happen there with, especially Juan Soto is cooking up. No problem, Sean. You never have to say sorry. You're on the stream, and that's what counts. You're showing support for the show, and that's what really matters here. And you can come on anytime. You're part of the team. So, it's just a crazy schedule, guys. And I'm really hoping that the Yankees really start. We have a 1-game winning streak. Let's forget about what happened in the past, and let's get rolling. I don't know. I feel good about it now. I think the badness is out, and a lot of good stuff is about to come. Sean Browning goes, Major League schedules must be on the same mushrooms, on some mushrooms. Yeah, I don't know. They book bad in the beginning. The Yankees are home in the very cold weather. All of this going on, and it stinks. But you deal with it. You like totally deal with it, and you move on. What can you do? Another shutout here in the stream. Teresa, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Actually on the email, can't come on, but definitely listening. Also, Francesco, how you doing? And again, he can't come on the stream, but he's definitely on the email. Thank you so much for your support. Jacob Petruzzi, how you doing? What's going on? We're talking about, give us your assessment of Warren tonight. How long you think he's going to pitch? And also, give me your star of the game. Let's hear who your star of the game is for tonight. So that would be awesome. So let us know. The Yankees. I like the idea that Anthony Volpe is batting 8th. I'm getting I got my wish, not because I want to put him down in the lineup to rot. I'm putting him down in the lineup because he's going to produce. Look at the past. He is awesome down on the bottom. Down in the bottom, he is Anthony Volpe. This is what he's all about. He's not a 5th place hitter, as we know. He's not a leadoff hitter, as we know. But batting down there, you will get the best out of him. He's going to bunt. He's going to hit and run. You're going to see the difference. And then you're going to come back to me and say, whoa, Joe, you were right. You were right. And I like hearing that. But Jacob Petruzzi says, Warren, 6 innings, Ben Rice the star. Cool. I like that. I really like that. So there's a lot to dissect. There are some, let's see. So tonight, Just to go over a little bit of the scoreboard. I mean, there's no games, of course, right now, and the earliest game is going to be the Met game against the Pirates, with Keller going up against Peterson. And then you have Tampa Bay and the Orioles, with the Orioles' terrible pitching. You don't know what's going to happen there. The Cardinals are playing the Guardians, the Twins and the Tigers, the Blue Jays and the Red Sox, the Padres, Reds, Phillies, Atlanta, the Giants and the White Sox. The White Sox have been giving the harder teams a big run for their money this year. The Mariners, Rangers, as Mr. Catcher there for the Mariners is just hitting unconscious. The Cubs and the Astros, the Dodgers and the Royals, the Rockies, Brewers, the Nationals, Angels, and the Miami Marlins and the Arizona Diamondbacks. All right, well, guess what? We have our hero is with us. We're going to bring him on ASAP. And let's say hello. How you doing?
Hey guys, how you doing?
How's it going?
It's going. Other than my neighbor turned on his like lawnmower right as I got
Everybody's doing that. Don't worry, everybody's doing that today.
The minute I got on.
Yeah, no, don't worry. We don't hear it. Don't worry about it. You concentrate on. Listen, I don't know if you got to hear the lineup, but what do you think?
I was actually just looking at the lineup. I don't know. I think it's getting stale with Trent. But people are going to tell me I'm wrong. But I don't like Trent at the leadoff. I agree with Ken. I agree with a lot of people that we really need a leadoff hitter, and we don't have one in our lineup right now. I'd rather have Goldie leading off than Trent.
Well, I kind of like the rest of the lineup. I like the fact that Anthony Volpe is batting eighth.
Yes.
Yeah, that is perfect because he's going to produce. I'm telling you, CT, he's definitely going to produce batting eighth. No
I
question
agree.
about it.
Yeah, you and I have been agreeing with that all season.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was just saying you and I have been agreeing all season that Volpe needs to be lower in the lineup. So
yes. No question about it. I don't know if you got to hear. I know you were on the stream this morning, but we made an announcement with Jason C. That when it's going to be Wednesday, the 16th of July, we're going to have our trade rumors roundtable show.
Okay.
At 7:00 p.m. Right here on NY Yankee Mania. So the guest list will be determined soon, and I'm pretty sure everybody's going to be involved one way or the other. If people would like to come on, you let me know. This one is going to be for you, the fans. We're doing this. We always do everything for you, the fans, but this one especially is going to be for you because if you have questions, you want to come on for a couple of minutes and ask it live, we would love that. I would love that. So get ready. The Sean Brownings, the Stephen B's, the Celias, anybody that wants to come on, 99, you're more than welcome to come on. Jason and I, we talked about it, and we have some really good ideas, and we decided, ultimately, as he says, Joe, you make the decision, but he brought out some good points, and we're going to do it then. And kudos to Jason for his wonderful ideas, his different approaches to help us and to help all these streams, especially also himself. CT, I got to tell you, I am so impressed that you're with us today. I'm very, very happy. We all are. I never expected this. This is the best surprise that I had today. Aside from two birthdays, that one shout out in the morning from my cousin, Michelle, and a loyal listener, as she's a teacher, Antoinette, and she listens every morning. She travels from about 2 hours back and forth to go to work. So kudos to Antoinette. And again, you guys enjoy your birthdays. Cold Italian Pizza says, nice to see you, CT.
It was a rough morning. rough morning start in Connecticut, and then got in the car, and I was kind of like half conscious in the car after this morning's stuff. So I woke up or at the Sagamore Bridge getting to the Cape, and I'm like, oh, who dare, who dare, you know.
Oh
But I
boy.
wanted to make sure I said hi to you guys, and you know, and if you guys are doing anything tonight, you know, I always want to be there for you. So feel free to send me a link or anything, but I don't want to force myself either. But I think Ken sent me a link, and I appreciate that, Ken. And Dev said hi to me, so I keep meaning to get back to people. I'm kind of,
Oh yeah. No,
you know,
that's awesome. That's awesome. And you will also tomorrow. Hopefully, you come on in the morning. And as
yeah,
you know, I have the game tomorrow. So if you like to come on, maybe give the scoreboard updates
yeah,
and
that'd be
stuff like
fun.
that, I'd really appreciate it.
Yeah,
And
that'd be fun.
some exciting things here on NY Yankee Mania. On Wednesday, we have Billy Sample, former player of the New York Yankees and mostly known playing with the Texas Rangers. And he was with the Yankees, as I explained this morning, the year that Yogi Berra managed the Yankees in 1985. He got fired after 16 games. George had it, and that was it. And then he brought in, of course, Mr. Billy Martin. So he's going to talk to us about playing for Yogi Berra for 16 games and then playing for Billy Martin. And he's also got a tremendous book out, My 1 Year and then some. And it's a great, great, great book. And he will definitely be, talking about it. I want to give a shout out also. Shout out to Nitin. Nitin had a nice surprise for me. He called me. We for a very big potential guest on our wrestling channel. Um,
Nice.
he he is amazing. Until I have it signed, sealed, and delivered, I'm not going to say it. But I want to give a shout out to him. The man is amazing. He never stops working. He's at the event and he's talking and he's talking and he's messaging and he's doing everything. And what more can you say about this man? There's not much you can say, but thank you, thank you, and more thank you.
That's why I was glad we did that the interview with him, because I honestly was really interested went into the day of Nathan, you know. What's his day like, you know?
Yeah, and that show created a lot of views too. A lot of people watched it afterwards, which a lot of times that happens with my morning show. We have quite a few people on, and then later on, when they go home, I get texts or emails. Hey Joe, we saw it. Too bad we would have liked to have been live, but listen, everything counts, guys. You being live with us, your views, you talking to us. I listen, and I listen. So by all means, keep them coming. Keep them coming. Questions, answers. You have a view about the show, and you may want to do a segment. If you can do it, I'd be more than happy to speak to you about it. This show is for you guys. It's for you. It's for the universe, the Yankee universe. So I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, not this one. No, no, no. If the content is good, it's gonna come on, and I don't care who you are, and that's the bottom line. Because Stone Cold said so. Remember that. We're gonna open up a can of you know what on you if you don't do it. No, it's so. I wanted to talk a little bit about Paul G. Are you worried about him at all, or do you think he'll come back to? I mean, I don't say he's got to hit 450, but what do you think? How do you think it's age? Do you think he's
I,
just in a slump or what?
Last year he had a heck of a second part of the season. I think if right now, if you're watching anything, you're watching a lull before he's going to go off in the second part of the season. I trust him. I like him, and honestly, I know people are going to argue with me, but I hope we bring him back to next year. I would like one more year of him, even if we had to mess around with how we utilize him. for the price. The price is right. The player's right. He fits in with the Yankee vibe. He's, I like Paul Goldschmidt a lot.
What's your impressions on the early reports that Spencer Jones is going to play for the Scranton Wilkes-Barre probably tonight, maybe if not tonight, tomorrow? Oh, I see the smile on your face.
I think he's a trade part. He's going to be a part of a trade here. A lot of
No,
people.
you didn't hear that, folks. Let's rewind the tape. You did
Really?
not hear trade. You did not hear trade. Now, why on earth do you feel that way?
Because we need a leadoff hitter. We need pitching. We need bullpen help. And he's starting to look a little better. And I think there's more teams taking an initiative of looking at him a little more than they were last year, let's say.
You are willing to trade a left-handed version of Aaron Judge with his
Yep.
speed? Do you know how fast he's even faster than Dominguez?
Right now, I would trade him. I would trade Clark Schmidt.
Well, that I agree.
I think Clark Schmidt, you've got as much as you're going to get out of Clark Schmidt. He pitches wonderful. Don't get me wrong, but do I trust him in the playoffs? Nope. Just don't trust him in the playoffs. I'm sorry.
Well, they got to find a way, but I don't. I really don't think that. I'd be shocked if Spencer Jones got traded. But your task, if that's the way you feel, if you feel that way, when we have our show on July 16th, you better come up with a trade scenario. Now you put yourself in there. I want to hear who you think, and I want you to do it now. I want you to think. I want to know what your trade scenario is because I don't think you can come up with one.
I got one. Oh, I'll work on it. No, I actually have one already, but you told me to wait on it, so I'm gonna wait.
Well, now you piqued me. Go ahead.
No,
this one though.
You didn't want me to say it, so I'm not.
I do now. What do you say, folks? Should we make him say it or what? Come on. Yes, go ahead.
You told me to save it. I'm saving it, but I feel like just like we did a few years ago, we're going to trade one of our starting pitchers here, and I think it's going to be Clark Schmidt. And I think in the end, what we get for him is anyone's guess, but I feel like Spencer Jones and Peraza are going to be thrown in a trade package. And that trade package is going to bring back two different players for us. One would be one I believe would be a brain fart would be somebody have at the top of the order, and somebody else would be somebody for our rotation. Leading in October, as I said, my issue with Clark Schmidt is Clark Schmidt's injury history, and we've already put a lot of innings on him to begin with. Do you really think he's going to be healthy? And we have Hill coming back, and Hill's going to be like a fresh arm. It's going to take him some while to get going, but we have Max Fried, we have Hill, we have Rodon. We have a really healthy rotation there. Those three. Warren is kind of grown on me. And I'd say the player that we're going to miss the most moving forward for a little while here is Yarborough, because he was a big surprise for us. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
So in other words, and I mean, I have my mouth watering for next year or maybe the year after of an outfield of Dominguez, Spencer Jones, and Aaron Judge. How can you give that up?
You got Bellinger.
Bellinger might go to first base if they don't sign Goldschmidt.
Bellinger's not going to first base next year. He'll be a outfielder for us next year. He'll be Belly, Judge, and Dominguez. That's gonna be next year's outfield.
No, I'm sorry, I don't agree with you. I'm sorry, but there's no way you're going to convince me that Spencer Jones is going to come back and rule the Yankees. I'm telling you, CT, It's a huge mistake. What do you guys think on Jason C? What do you think? Would you want to see? Would you want to see? I could see it if it's part of the guy on the Pirates, their number one starter. Okay, maybe I'll close an eye there. But
Okay.
I'm not going to close an eye for too many people, not for Spencer Jones.
Well, Jason has a good point. Pereira gone, possibly Grissom or Dominguez or Jones. Though I said the possibilities are endless here. They're endless. We have too many. We have too many outfielders right now.
Yeah, but Jason, you don't see a scenario of Judge Spencer Jones, who's a tremendous center fielder, and Dominguez left field. You don't see that scenario with Bellinger at first base and Giancarlo Stanton as your DH, and if they keep Chaz Chisholm. I mean, come on, that's and then our pitching staff.
Do you think we keep Jazz? Do you think we keep? Do you think we keep Jazz?
Yes,
I think we do.
he's an electric player. Yashin, welcome to the stream, my man. How you doing? Let's see what he's got to say. The Yankees have to win the World Series with Judge, Stanton, and Cole. With this roster, they aren't getting younger.
That's
okay,
true.
So what do you suggest? Are you in agreement that you'd like to see Spencer Jones in center field and just leave him there, and then you have Bellinger and Goldschmidt as your first base tandem for next year? What a team! And look at your bench. Whoever doesn't play, your bench is awesome. And they're going to get another piece for the infield. I'm pretty sure of that, one way or the other.
What are we doing? What are we going to be?
Let's see. Everyday Mets, thanks for joining again. You're the best. Yes, Spencer Jones. Yay, Spencer Jones. Everyday Mets, if you were there, would you trade Spencer Jones at all, or would you want to see him on the Mets? Yashin, I wouldn't trade Spencer Jones unless it's for Paul schemes. That's the only person right now in the major leagues I would do that for. I would not do it for anybody else. Jason, if Rice is our first baseman next year, some of these outfielders need to get moved. Well, we don't even know if Rice is going to make the trade deadline, Jason. And if I had to trade one, I'm trading Rice. Listen, I've seen too many young players here get traded and become superstars. And if not superstars, big all-stars. Fred McGriff, Jay Buhner, Willie McGee. These are all all-stars, guys. Not to mention the mid-levels that we got rid of. Hal Morris. Come on. I'm sick of losing these guys. And I think the Yanks are sick of giving them away, too. Yashin says the Tigers aren't going to trade Scooble. Of course not. They're going to add. They're going to get a starting pitcher at the trade deadline, guys. Don't kid yourself.
Yeah, I agree.
The Yankees aren't the only team that's going to be buying. The Mets are going to be buying. The Yankees are going to be buying. Maybe Tampa in a crazy way. Tampa will give away some young stars. They're loaded in the minor leagues. They might give away that speedy center fielder that came up, went down, came up. I mean, yeah, we all want the best, but don't forget there's a lot of other teams that's going to be buying.
Yeah.
And there's only so many. Sean Browning said, don't forget Fred McGriff. George traded him away. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I am scared to get rid of Spencer Jones. He scares the hell out of me. Fred McGriff went the same way. He was striking out. Every now and then he hit a home run in the minor leagues. But this guy's for real. This guy's a monster on the bases. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense if you get a great starting pitcher, but that's not our problem. If we go into if Luis Hill is healthy, you have 3 starting pitchers for the playoffs that you can count on, and then all you need is one more out of a Warren, out of a Yarborough, out of Clark Smith. Somebody's got to pitch.
Well, hey, I gotta go. I'm sorry, Joe. I gotta hit the hay, not the hay. I gotta get going. I gotta say hit the hay.
I really appreciate the few minutes, and we'll see you tomorrow morning, or maybe later on the post game.
Yeah. Shoot me a link. I'll be on.
Good.
Take care, everybody. Thank you.
Love to Mom and Dad.
Thank you, guys. I love you all. Thank you.
Same here. Thank you for coming on. All right, Jason. Let's see what you got to say, Joe. If you want the roster to get better, players need to. Yeah, I understand that, but do you have to go Spencer Jones? He's a bumbling star. Look what he's doing. All right, let's go with I would trade Spencer Jones. He's 24 years old and running out of minor league options. After 2026, Spencer Jones struck out 200 times in 20. Yeah, but his strikeout rate has come down over 25%. And how do you know how he's going to – listen, you guys want to trade Spencer Jones? I'll tell you right now, don't come crying on the show when he's hitting home runs and bombs for somebody and charging them to the playoffs. If he busts over here, then get on me all you want. But I'm telling you, I've lived through too much to see that one more time. So, Sean Browning says, remember Alfonso Soriano. Yeah, of course I remember Alfonso Soriano. Jason says, teams are going to ask for players we don't want to give up. If not Jones, someone else. That's fine. Then there's Pereira. There's Trent Grissom. There's Clark Smith. You can make a nice little package with those guys because you have 3 starting players that are going to come on your team. Don't touch Spencer Jones. Give him a major league bona fide chance. So, I don't know. I mean, you're not touching Lombard. Let me ask you. Lombard is batting 198 in the minor leagues. I'm not going with that. I have all the faith in the world with him. But nobody mentions that. How many games have you seen this guy play? You're going with he say. You've seen Spencer Jones. He's improving every single day. Every day he's improving. I don't see Lombard doing anything in AAA right now. Not that it matters. I mean, sometimes you stink in AAA, and you're brought up because of your, what your baseball card says in the All-Star games when you're coming up to be drafted, and you hit it. But you don't know. There's no guarantee that Lombard is going to be everything. My God, there's a lot of players. Oh, this one can't miss. This one can't, and he misses. All I know is the Yankee fans will be crying if they trade Jones, they keep Lombard Jr., and he's a bust. Then what? And this guy's winning, and this guy's hitting 30, 40 home runs somewhere. Listen, I'm not saying that he's God. No, I'm not saying that. But as somebody who's seen thousands of games, being involved with the team, covering the team, I'm telling you, it's not pretty to trade your young players like that, and then they come back and haunt you. So that's like I said, everybody's going to ask for our best players. There's no question about it. I'm not saying no. But like you say, yeah, we have to give up. But does it have to be that guy? I mean, doesn't your mouth water for you first you got to get through Aaron Judge, then you put somebody in the middle and you bring up Spencer Jones, or you can have a Dominguez, or you can have a Bellinger, in there, or Chisholm, or whoever your catcher is, or your new second baseman, or your new third baseman. Guys, there's so many opportunities for Spencer Jones to flourish in this Yankee lineup. Yashin says, I can see the Yankees trading Dominguez. Well, that's another one. But remember, guys, if the Yankees keep these young guys, it makes it all the more easier on the payroll, and they can do more. They can do more. You want to get veteran players. Here we go again. The payroll, free agency. You have these guys for the next 5 to 6 years with no problem. Why would you want to give that up? I mean, listen. If the Yankees get a relief pitcher, a healthy relief pitcher that makes sense, and they get a bona fide infielder, there is no way Cashman or the organization is going to trade their top rookie stars like a Dominguez. I'd be very surprised if Dominguez gets traded. It's got to be overwhelming. And then he's another guy. He's going to come back, and he's going to haunt us until he retires. I've seen it too many times. Sean Browning goes, that would be some serious egg on Cashman face trading Dominguez. That would come with a lot of criticism, guys. Not just from me, not just from content. It'll be all over. There is no way you can justify trading Dominguez without actually seeing what he can do on an everyday basis. You're out of your mind if you think he's not going to be a good player. If he stays healthy with that speed, he'll be better than Tim Raines. How's that? And Tim Raines was a tremendously good ball player. He is Tim Raines with power. Tim Raines with power. All right, Pereira ain't going to give us much. Yeah, but you're gonna put him in a package. You don't have to. It's not going to be one-on-one. Everything you're saying about Jones has been said about so many players who have turned to bust. I think this one is good, but we don't know until he gets here. Well, that's what I'm saying. Stephen B. John Heyman of the New York Post have both reported within the last 18 hours that Skeens and franchise icon Andrew McCutchen. What did they report? Franchise, what did they report? I'm reading this right. John Heyman of the New York Post have both reported within the past 18 hours that Skeens, okay, here we go. Here's the repeatedly stated since return to Pittsburgh a few years ago, he had no desire to play elsewhere. Right. Well, I mean, first of all, I don't want McCutchen. What is he going to do? We had him already. No, that's okay, Stephen B. That's fine. But, I mean, if the Yankees trade Spencer Jones for Contra, I'm a Met fan. This guy is going to be the biggest bust in Yankee land, more than Carl Pavano. Absolutely no way. Absolutely not. I will be furious. You see me in rants? If that pitcher comes to the Yankees for Spencer Jones, then the Yankees deserve to lose. They deserve to lose. There is no way on this God's green earth that's going to happen. He stinks right now. If you're going to get that guy right now, just pitch Clark Smith. Just pitch Clark Smith. And Sean Browning, excellent point. Excellent point. Alcantara is more injury prone than Jacob deGrom. No way in heck. Thank God, hey, every day, you know I love you, but thank God you're not the GM and not the GM of the Mets either. Because if you make that trade, you know, that's like giving Ronnie M away. No way in hell they're going to do that. Stephen B says, but everyone else is available. Maybe look at Haywood for third base. Okay? When you say everybody else available, so you'll trade Judge too? You said everybody. Do you want to trade Judge? Is he tradable? I mean, you know, let's be real. He's not going anywhere. So he's safe. I'm sure Weaver is safe. You know. Yeah, Haywood, look, I mean, he's okay, but is he better than what we have? I don't know. You know, they've been talking about possibly Charlie Hayes' son for third base. He's got a lot of holes in the game. He's not better than anybody we have right now. He's not showing much. He's okay, but he's not the greatest. So, I mean, I'm just saying, guys, you know, and believe me, I want to hear all these trade rumors, but, you know, when you give them out, we're going to dissect them for you on the 16th. We really will. But it's got to make sense. Alcantara, I would stay away from as far as I throw a piano. No way. No way. And let's face it, I mean, how many teams really, unless something falls in Cashman's lap that we don't know about, how many teams realistically can the Yankees trade with? Aside from the fact that they'll say, okay, look, we're going to give you a player with a lot of salary, but you know, in other words, he's going to be our starting third baseman. I mean, what do you think? Yashin has a possibility here. Let's see. I could see the Yankees trading for Willie Castro and Durham from the Twins. Yeah, that's a possibility. That's a possibility. I'm not going to give him Spencer Jones for that. Absolutely not. I'm not going to give him Dominguez for that. Absolutely not. You got to see what really turns the needle. Does Willie Castro really turn the needle in the infield? That's the first question. If the Yankees, make maybe a AAA player, a AA player, and then maybe somebody off the roster, okay. Joe, I don't think the Yankees are targeting guys with big salaries, maybe cheap, controllable years. Yes, and that's all the more that you can't get rid of a Spencer Jones in any of those trades. That's what I'm saying. Because the big salary, I mean, the big-time players, they're going to want Dominguez. They're going to want Lombard Jr. They're going to want any. You know, another one is the guy that I like catching, Rodriguez. He's probably going to go, and he's going to come back and haunt the Yankees big time. I know it. Just like Torrance is. The Mets brought down their starting catcher. They're very happy with Torrance backing him up. We gave him up. The Red Sox, we gave up a so-called rookie backup catcher. He's batting cleanup. Cleanup. Aren't you sick and tired of giving up the vault for these guys? What do we get in return? A single A player International money. Yeah, it is controllable money, and like Ken says, the Yankees probably are willing to add maybe 13 more million. That's fine. That's feasible. But I guarantee you guys, if they get Sandy from the Marlins, he is going to be a bust. If he can't pitch in Miami, you think he's going to pitch in the clutch in New York? He can't even stay healthy. He can't stay healthy. So go with Will Warren then. I mean, really, I can't stress it enough. Everybody's free and easy at trading Jones. Okay. If you don't, and what happens if he hits 30 homers and drives in 85, 90 RBIs, and he bats 274 and he has 30 stolen bases? Is that good enough for you? There's no guarantee. There's no guarantee either which way. But you got to try. He's only 24 years old. By God, they brought up Judge, what, 27, 26 years old? He's 33 already. 33. Can you believe it? How many more great years you're going to get? Maybe 2? He's going to turn the corner of 35 years old. I mean, that's not old in regular age, but it's old. It's getting a little up there in baseball. And by the time Giancarlo Stanton retires, Judge goes right into the DH. I can't see him every day in right field at 36, 37 years old. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Look at players like Sterling Marte. As he ages, he needs to DH or sit on the bench and come off lately. He's not a starting player right now. The man is 37 years old? This is his final hurrah with the Mets. You don't think if the Mets could replace him, they wouldn't? Of course they will. He was a damn good player, but time is passing him by. And that's what I'm afraid with Judge. Do you realize starting next year, he's going to be 34 years old. 34. Not 24, 34. And he goes, and we got to start from scratch again. Who do you build around? George Lombard Jr.? Okay. Chaz Chisholm? Okay. And the age-old question, what do you do about first base? All right, you got Ben Rice. What are you doing about catching? Are we going to keep Wells? Are we going to give Rodriguez a chance? Is there another catcher in Double-A? There are a couple of catches in Somerset. But, really, you got a nucleus of something really special. So you're building you have your starting pitching. You can always try to get another starter, a 4th or 5th starter. You build Cashman is incredible building a bullpen. So that doesn't worry me at all. Why would you want to break up the tandem? And then we have another problem. Here we go again. We need a left fielder. The center fielder's not working out. We're always missing a tooth there. Let's be whole 1 year. Just 1 year. I want the team. We don't need a left fielder. We don't need a center fielder. You got Judge. You don't need a first baseman. You don't need a second baseman. You don't need a shortstop. You don't need a third baseman. You don't need a catcher. It's right in our grasp. So why would you tamper with that unless you're getting a Paul? Joining us with his words of wisdom is going to be Jonathan. Hi, Jonathan. Welcome to the show. I hope you've been listening.
Yeah,
How you doing?
I was in so much traffic today. I didn't realize they blocked off one of the exits was blocked off, and it took me an extra 20 minutes to get home.
Okay, well, I called you home safe and all, and so. What we've been talking about is the trading of Spencer Jones. A lot of people have got this. What do you think?
I agree with you. The only way I'm trading Jones is for Skeens. Nobody else.
Thank you.
Only for Paul Skeens.
Because I don't see the logic to it. We're so
I
close to filling the holes,
yeah,
and now
and
you want to open up the holes again.
and the other thing, the other benefit is if you want to trade a guy like Skeens who has all 6 years of control, you want someone with a lot of control, which is Skeens. He has 5 years of control. So if I'm trading a guy with full 6 years of control, I want somebody with 5 years of control who can pitch.
Yes, exactly.
Only Skeens fits that scenario.
I mean, listen, we've been as fans. Everybody's been crying. The Yankees always lack something, either left field or third baseman, or second baseman, a catcher, to this, to that, to that. But now you're building something. You're bringing a guy from Double A into Triple A and ready pretty soon to be called up. If he's a bust, okay, he's a bust. But the stardom is there.
I don't think Skeens is a bust. I think he's just a late bloomer. Look, Aaron Judge came up also at 25 years old, and now everybody loves him.
Yeah, and unfortunately or fortunately, he's 33 years old. So the start of next year, he's going to be 34 years old. How much do you think he's going to be playing 162 games?
He probably can play like this another 4 years.
I don't know about 4 years, John. That's really a Jonathan.
Well, if he takes good care of himself and doesn't get injured, he can play like I think he can give you 4 more good years.
Well, I'm not right, but what I think is going to happen once Giancarlo Stanton, they're out of that contract and he's retired, he's out. Judge is going right there to save Judge.
Yeah, Judge will play more DH when Stanton is not on in the payroll, but he'll play the outfield. Look, we can't talk about Judge as if he's gonna retire next year. He's
No, I'm not
just
saying that.
older than the typical player. But look, Spencer. Maybe, who knows? Spencer Jones might come up and do the same thing that Judge is doing. Come up, maybe he'll be a 40-40 guy in his rookie year. I don't know.
The one thing that he's got going for him is his speed.
Yeah, he is very fast, and he has the potential to hit 40 home runs.
Right, and I can't.
And he's a lefty in Yankee Stadium.
Right, and right, exactly. That's another point. That is another point of mine. He is so perfect for Yankee Stadium. My God, what a swing! You know, he reminds me of the first baseman for the what is that? For the Atlanta Braves.
Freeman?
Not Freeman. He's with the Dodgers. Name escapes me right now. I mean, and I'm seeing him bat right now. Who's the first baseman for the Matt Olson? Thank you, every day.
Yeah,
Olson would be to me is the perfect scenario to Spencer Jones. With the only difference is Spencer Jones can run like a demon, and he's going to he's going to get on base, and he's going to run. He is going to run, and that's the beauty. That's the beauty part of it. So, I mean, listen, it's not that I'm disagreeing with everyone. I've just seen too much, maybe to a fault. But, when I look at some of these guys we gave up, and you want to cry. Fred McGriff.
Yeah, look, George Steinbrenner in the first 20 years of owning the team was not a very smart bit. Was not very smart with running the team. The best thing that happened to the Yankees was George Steinbrenner getting suspended.
Mhm.
And the
Yeah.
one thing that that other teams should learn about that suspension and that the first 20 years of the George Steinbrenner is hire the right people to make the decisions about your team. Trust that you hire that guy and let them do their job. Don't make emotional decisions because you're the owner. You like that player on Atlanta. You know what? It might not be the best for your team. Talk to your advisors, talk to your GM, seeing I like this player. Does this player fit our a way of going forward?
Right.
And if it fits, you trade him. If they think we have, oh, this kid Manningley is in the minor leagues, we think he could be a better first baseman, and we're not. I'll just give you that's probably Manningley is a poor example, but Manningley.
But even Mattingly was put down to the minors after
Yes,
two
yes.
errors.
But you know how Bobby Mercer got his start in the booth.
Yeah, because they asked him to retire for Don Mattingly.
Yes.
And nobody knows more about Bobby Mercer than I do. Maybe Michael Kay. But nobody, I mean, I followed that guy from limb to limb, from New York to the Giants, to the Giants, the Cubs, back to the Yankees, back to general manager, back to a coach, back to being in the booth. And nobody knows. Bobby Mercer was everything, an idol to me, and still is.
I met him.
One of the nicest guys you ever wanted to meet.
Yeah.
What a gentleman.
I met him twice, once in Tampa and once in Yankee Stadium. And the one time in Tampa, I was parked in the parking lot waiting for my mother in the car in the mall in Tampa, and I saw Bobby walk past by. I rolled down the window of the car and I yelled out to him, "Hi, Bobby," and he said, "How are you?" So
and he's gracious enough to come out.
Bobby Mercer is still missed in that booth.
Oh, without a doubt.
The same with Phil Rizzuto. Nobody can replace Bobby Mercer and Phil Rizzuto. Their personality, the way they hosted the game. I think that booth is missing both Mercer and Rizzuto.
Yeah, no, I was never. Listen, I grew up with Frank Messer, Bill White, and Phil Rizzuto. They would do 3 innings each on TV and 3 innings each on radio. That's the way it was going. Then all of a sudden they went to a 2-man booth. Then they went back to a 3-man booth. Then and then they brought in people that, to me, just weren't Yankee types. Like, rest in peace, Tom Seaver. He was never really a Yankee. Tim McCarver hated the Yankees. I mean, he admitted, not that he admitted, but he was really a Cardinal or a Met.
One guy who was not a Yankee but did very well, I thought, was Jim Cott.
Oh yeah, that's another one.
Jim Cott, he never played for the Yankees, but he was a very good Yankee.
No, he did play for the Yankees.
He did.
1979. He was on the Yankees just for a little bit.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it's a small sample, like literally 2-3 months. But the one thing I think the best manager that the Yankees could have had, if you had the opportunity, would have been Thurman Munson. Munson would have been a great Yankee manager. Yeah, you've been saying that, Jonathan, for a while now, and
I
agree with you. I
think same with Elston Howard. I think Elston Howard could have been a good Yankee manager as well.
Yep, probably. But the Yankees, they went with Ralph Houck. They went with, Bill Verdon for like a year, and then they wanted Dick Williams, and that was going to be the start of, an amazing run. But then Major League Baseball said no, you couldn't get him, and he had to go back to the A's. So I
I
mean,
didn't know the story of that.
yeah, that's it. That's a long story. The Yankees bought Vita Blue for $1 million. He was a Yankee for 2 days in the off season, and Major League Baseball says, you're going back to the A's. You can't buy a player for more than $100,000. So
But
that went by
you
the.
said you bought him for $1 million.
Yeah, they bought him for $1 million, but he couldn't stay because of that. So there was players return like Joe Rudy, Gene Tennis to the Red Sox. These are really star players that helped the A's win all these championships. Reggie Jackson, when he left the A's, he signed. He was with the Orioles for 1 year in 1976, and he had a pretty good year. But George would not keep. Now, the same way the Mets wouldn't deny getting Soto, there was no way in heck that the Yankees weren't going to sign Reggie Jackson. And I don't know, just a quick story, and Jonathan, I don't even know if you remember this, or you could have been you were very young, if anything. But when they started the free agency system, they used to go to a hotel, each and every general manager.
Free agency started before I was born.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. Well, obviously, but I'm talking in the mid mid 70s, early 80s. What they were doing was you would go to a hotel, and the writers would cover it, and let's say a name like Reggie Jackson would come up. The guys had a bid. If you say, okay, Yankees raise their hand, they're going to bid on Reggie. They had to make him an offer. You see like the Yankees would pick like 9 guys in free agency, and those are the only ones they could target. It was totally different then. Actually, I like that idea because the Yankees would never miss out, even though they were a good team. So they were able to bid on some of these guys. And that's when the Yankees were going crazy. They were signing everybody. That's like the way the Dodgers do it now.
I think the 1980s was a decade that really destroyed the Yankees when they signed everybody, because they never built. They traded a lot of young guys, like you were talking about earlier. They traded McGriff and McGee, those 2 guys, and they got nothing back for them.
Right.
They traded 2 All-Stars with Hall of Fame potential for junk.
Right. No, but
and that other guy Phelps in 1988.
Well, again, I just feel that, you're right. That was the era right after the Yankees lost the World Series in 1981. It started going downhill because they traded Reggie Jackson. They brought it.
His free agent.
Free agency. They let him go, and then they started getting in players with speed. So they were called the Bronx Bunters. They had the Dave Collinses and the Ken Griffey's father, and it didn't work out. And then George Steinbrenner said the worst thing I ever did was let Reggie walk, because he still had it. I think the Yankees thought he was declining. He was not declining. He went on to hit another 65 homers.
Another mistake they made is they didn't call up Manley early enough. I think if Manley was called up in 1981 instead of 82, he may have helped them win.
Right. No, you're right. I just feel that they definitely should. They should be very careful, and I know Cashman will. They got to be very careful in this trade deadline. Started going down after.
Of course, the death of Munson, I'm sure, impact the 80 and 81 season especially.
Oh yeah, they had no catcher. They had a guy by the name of Brad Golden that they got from the Tigers.
I'm wondering why they never even drafted a catcher.
Because they picked up Rick Cerrone from Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay, yeah. Rick
Tampa Bay
Cerrone.
wasn't around in the 80s.
Okay, so it was Toronto. Where was he, Rick Cerrone? I guess I want to say Toronto. He was in one of them, but I don't know. Yeah, it could be something. Hey, Cruise Control, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. He's got a trade proposal. Yankees need to get Bender or Finnegan for with Loiza not ready yet.
That's
Okay,
not a trade proposal. But here's more news about Louis Hill.
Go ahead.
Louis Hill threw in Somerset on Thursday. He'll throw again this weekend and then another next week when the Yankees on the road. That live should give him about 2 innings, 35 pitches. From there, the Yankees will decide if rehab is next.
Wow.
So if he pitches well this weekend, he could go into rehab. He could go into pitching games.
No question about it. So, and obviously that would be awesome. In the Yankee realm. So let's see. Sean Browning goes, Lewis, the real deal, ill. So, all right. Well, listen.
Louis, not Louis. Louise.
Louise.
No O.
Well,
Louis is more of an American name rather than a Dominican name.
But well, listen. It is what it is. Right now, this is the team that they have. They haven't made any moves yet. Something is brewing. Something's going to happen soon. Let's see what happens. In the meantime, guys, we have been on for an hour and 18 minutes here, so it's been a long pregame. I know you guys want to finish up your dinner, be with the family, and hang out until the Yankee game. I do have a few notes, though, before we have final thoughts. Don't forget to go to Ken, the Ugly Truths channel tonight. He'll be doing the play-by-play for everyone. Please go there. And as you're coming out of this one and going there, press the like button here, the like button there. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I'd really appreciate it, please. And the same thing with Ken's channel, The Ugly Truth. Then we're going to come back with a post game, maybe like the end of the 8th inning or top of the 9th later on, and then we'll give a scoreboard and we'll talk about the game tomorrow morning. Don't forget bagels, coffee, you name it, in our 8:30 stream every day, Monday through Sunday, and then I am going to do the play-by-play at 1 p.m. of the Yankees A's game. So. A lot of stuff coming on NY Yankee Mania in the next 24 hours, and hopefully you guys will be here the journey with me. And Jonathan, hope to see you tomorrow morning in the regular spot, and we'll dissect the game, and possibly later on with the post game. Your final thoughts.
Well, my final thought is I'm hoping Will Warren can get a quality outing today. 6 innings, no 2 or 3 runs. I'm just looking for a quality outing from Will Warren and a sign of improvement, because I think the last game was pretty good.
Cool. All right. What's your final score in your opinion?
Ooh, I'm guessing the Yankees are gonna win 5-3.
5-3. Okay. I'm going to go Yankees 5-2. I think Warren is going to really pitch a good game. He's going to get a bunch of strikeouts, and I'm really hoping that the Yankee bats come alive. I do see a possibility of Grissom going deep tonight, and I'm looking for a big game from Volpe. So let's see how it goes. So everyone, thank you again for being here. Again, anybody that hasn't liked or hasn't subscribed to our channel, please do on your way in and out of here. We will see you after the game. let's go Yankees. Let's have a great game, and let's go win tonight, tomorrow, then go for the sweep on Sunday. So we will see you after the game. Jonathan, thanks as always. Maybe we'll see you later. And also, everyone, enjoy your Friday night. It'll be more enjoyable, obviously, if the Yankees win. See you about the last half of the eighth inning or so, and we'll come on and give you a scoreboard update, and we'll discuss what's going on in the major leagues. And once the game's over, we'll discuss the game. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. God bless you all, and God bless America. Good night, everyone.
Good night.